Three straight sides make a triangle.
Today, look closely at the world around you. The structures and positions we find here are part of the landscape itself, waiting to be identified. As Tella moves through the shallows, she encounters a variety of distinct objects. Without a specific way to describe them, this environment remains a collection of nameless obstacles. Even before we name them, these objects have an inherent organization. Their edges, surfaces, and locations follow a physical logic that defines the space. To navigate effectively, we must look for the geometries and relative positions hidden within the reeds and stones. By assigning precise terms to the things we see, we can accurately record and communicate the structure of this environment. Tella's journey begins as she swims toward a flat, green object floating on the surface. This object is completely round. It has a continuous curve with no corners or straight edges. In mathematics, we define a round, flat shape like this as a circle. We can map exactly where this circle sits by looking at the nearest anchor. It is floating right at the side of a fallen log. The lily pad is a circle, and it is beside the log. Tella moves past the log and finds a structure formed by several crossed reeds. Looking at the frame, we can count 3 distinct straight sides enclosing a small space. Any structure with exactly 3 straight sides is a triangle. This triangle is suspended in the air, held up by the plants so that it sits entirely over the pond's surface. The reed frame is a triangle.
The lily pad is beside the log.
And it is above the water. As the light begins to filter through the trees, a pale stone tile becomes visible near the muddy bank. Examining the tile reveals 4 straight sides, and each one is the exact same length as the others. A shape with 4 equal sides and 4 square corners is classified as a square. To find its place on the map, we look at the shoreline. The square rests securely under the grassy edge of the bank. The stone tile is a square, and it is below the bank. Tella reaches the final stretch of her route, where several of the objects we've identified come together in a single view. We can define the turtle's position relative to the log by noting she is resting right before it. At the same time, the reeds are positioned on the far side of that same log. By describing multiple positions at once, we gain a full understanding of how the environment is layered from front to back. The turtle is in front of the log, and the reeds are behind it. Looking back over the shallows, the route Tella took is no longer just a collection of random objects. Every point in the journey has been defined. Isolating the geometry of an object and identifying its specific location provides a complete record of the physical world. The labels we found show how each shape fits into the pond's overall structure. These shape names and position words are direct evidence of the organization that exists in the natural world. As the natural environment returns to a quiet rhythm, the coordinates we've mapped remain part of the landscape. Mathematics provides the tools we need to read and record the reality of our surroundings.
Front and behind describe the same scene.